What is going on, guys? It's me, Victor, back again, and welcome back to my shop. And today's episode, I have the green Civic in, and we got new parts. So this is what we got in for it. So got more parts. So we see first thing right out of the box, AM boost gauge. And that's one thing that we were missing on this car. So now we have that. We have the fuel filter, fuel pump sock or filter or whatever. This is all the hardware for the tank. This is another piece for the sending unit. Got some motor mounts. So we have the factory motor mounts, hard race, and then over here we have some Hotspur mounts for this baby right here. So we have those, and then put this whole back. And then we have a big box over here too for it. So I don't know if you guys gonna guess this, but we are gonna be installing a brand new tank on this baby. The reason that we are installing a new tank for it is because that one on the car, it's it's old and is a bit rusty, and we're gonna be using E85 fuel on this car. So you know, E85 fuel create moisture, and then moisture creates rust, and then we don't want this tank to go bad and just clog the injectors and all the brand new fuel stuff that we install in the car. So yeah, so I'm gonna get ready. Oh, I also have another thing. So we're also gonna be installing the valve stem seals, just because I noticed the car is a bit smoky. And I'm pretty sure those valve stem seals are shot. So I'm replacing those and getting all the other parts installed on the car, and then after that it's gonna be dyno time, baby. So I can't wait. I'm excited for it. So yeah, let me go ahead and start taking the valve cover apart, and then show you guys how to do it. Okay, let me explain a little bit how I'm doing these valve stem seals on this car. So pretty much, I got the car in TDC. Piston number 1, number 4, they're all the way up. I'll be doing the valve stem seals in the motor. You know, there's a lot of people, they remove the head to get them done, but in this case, I'm gonna leave the head on the car. And what I'll be doing is I'll be putting air on cylinder number 1. Oh, and every single cylinder I'll be putting some compressor air. And then what that's gonna do is gonna keep the valves sealed. You know, the piston is gonna be all the way down, and it's gonna keep the valve seals. The valve all the way, you know, seated all the way in the top. So when I remove the spring and retainer, the valve's not gonna drop. If you don't put air in the cylinder, you're gonna drop a valve, and then you're gonna end up removing the head. So you gotta make sure that you put air through it. Usually I put shop air, so I make sure the piston is all the way down. when I put air, just because if it is all the way up and you put the air on it, it's gonna create pressure, and then the piston's gonna go all the way down, and then it's gonna, you know, spin the motor. So you gotta make sure the piston's all the way down whenever you put the shop air on it. So whenever I remove this, the cam system, when I remove this, all the valves are gonna be, all of them are gonna be closed, just because none of them are gonna have any pressure. So, let me see what else. Yeah, I mean, I'll be redoing the timing on the motor, just because I have to remove, you know, the cam to be able to spin it and all that stuff. It's pretty simple if you know how to do it, but if you don't know how to do it, just make sure to you know, have somebody that knows how to do this on the car. So I don't want you guys to you know, follow my half-ass instructions and then try to do it and then mess your motor up and then blame me for it. So as you can see now, all these right here are the spring retainers and the valves. The valve stem seals are inside these springs. So the next step will be, you know, put the piston all the way down. Which what I'm thinking to do is I'm gonna do the two and the center first, just because whenever you put it on top of the center, which means the motor is on time right now. The number 1 and then the number 4, both of them they're up, and these two are all the way in the bottom. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put shop air in these two, and then I will just replace all these 8 valve stem seals here, and then I'll spin the motor. I'll spin the crank, you know, 180 degrees, and then piston number 1 and 4, they're gonna be all the way down. So this is what I use to put shop air on the cylinder. So this is a compression tester hose. So pretty much on this section right here, I just unscrew it, and then it has a valve stem cord. You have to remove this one too, just because if you don't remove it, you won't be able to put air inside the cylinder. So you grab your valve stem cord tool, and then spin it, and then remove it off. Make sure you don't drop it inside the engine. And then after that, just screw it back on. And then put it inside the cylinder. All the way down. Make sure those don't over tighten it, and then you're ready to put some shop air. Make sure to have the air pressure like around 75-80 psi. You don't want to put the full 150 psi to it, just because it's not necessary. So I have shop air going through it. I had to improvise a little bit because I don't have a regulator, so I had to hold you know, the pressure some way somehow. So right now, just throwing a little bit of air to it right now. I noticed that the valves, they're not sealing properly on the intake side. So you can hear escaping a little bit. It might have some build up on the valve seats, but I mean, to fix that, you're gonna have to you know, lap the valves. So right now I'm getting ready to remove the retainers, the retainers keepers out of that. So this is a tool that I have for it. It's a valve keeper remover and installer kit. So this is how it looks like. I'm gonna use this one right here because this is the one that I always use for Hondas. So pretty much this comes out, and then this in here has a magnet. So what I do is I just put it on top, and I'll hit it with a hammer, a rubber mallet, or whatever you have. Just hit it, and just like that, it comes right off. And then the valve stays up, and you get a spring, and you know, just replace the valve seal right there. So I'm over here. This is my second time to install these valve seals, but the first time I installed them was a way back. So I'm looking at them. This one says VS, like it stands for valve seals. Valve seals H5.5I, and then this one says the same thing, VS H5.5E. So I'm guessing the blue ones they're for the exhaust, and the brown ones are for the intake. So I'm gonna double check that, but I think that's how they go. The brown ones, they go in the intake, and the blue one goes in the exhaust. Let me double check that, and then I will confirm. So yeah, the brown ones, they go in the intake, and the blue one goes in the exhaust. To remove the valve seals, I use this tool, which is a hose plier. I use it for those small hoses, but this one works good for that. There's a tool for that, but I don't have one. I have to buy one, but this one does the job. And also I use a flathead screwdriver, and I pry on it, and I lift it back up. And just like that, I remove the seal. And now there's another tool to install the seal on the car, but I don't have it. I use a 10mm socket, a long socket, or a yeah, that's what I use, a 10mm long socket. So I got a new seal. I'm gonna slide it on the valve, and then just grab the 10mm socket and carefully just tap on it until it reach the end. There you go. That's it. And when it reaches the end, you stop. You don't have to beat you don't have to beat it hard. So just slightly taps, and she's gonna reach all the way to the end. So now I'm gonna put back the spring. If you notice right here, the spring, it has two different sizes. So the one with more coils, it goes to the bottom, and the one with the less coils goes to the top. And then you grab the the retainer, and then just put it there. And then both of the keepers, I can get it from here, the magnet. So you install both of the keepers. You're gonna install them on the retainer. And then after that, you grab the tool and install this piece to it, and you just apply some pressure to it, and that's it. That one is done already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do all the rest, and then I'll get back with you guys. Sad times, guys. Sad times. So I got a little bit too confident. I'm like, hell yeah, I mean, I'm doing this thing real quick, and then you know, I say, instead of doing 1 by 1, I say, yeah, let me do 2 by 2. And then when I went to put the spring and retainer back on the Civic, I ended up dropping a valve. So what I told you guys not to do, you know, happened to me, just because I got too confident. And then, you know, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But if you can avoid it, try to avoid it. Just because now I just run to the parts store and I got a brand new head gasket, so I'm gonna end up pulling the head and putting the new gasket, mine as well, you know. since everything else has been done on this car, so might as well just get that done too. But yeah, let me show you guys real quick what happened. So as you guys can see right here, that's the valve. Until things focus. So as you guys can see right here, that's the valve right there. So what happened was, you know, I tried to put the retainer and then I push it in with a tool. I tried to put the keepers, the springs and retainers, and then when I push it down with a tool, it just released the pressure and then the valve just went down like real quick. So now it's in there. I don't know if you can, no, you're not gonna be able to see it, but now it's in there. So I had to remove the turbo forward, remove the intake back, and then, you know, get rid of all the water and all that stuff, and then just pull the head off real quick, and then, you know, put the valve back in place. And then after that, you might as well, since I'm there, just install that valve back in place and put the spring and retainer on it. But yeah, it don't matter how long you've been doing this thing, how many times have you done it, but I mean, sometimes it's just like, you know, a little mistake, it can happen, you know. So, but I mean, hey, I'm human and I make mistakes, and I'll show you guys when I do a mistake. I don't get ashamed of I don't get ashamed of if I'm right or wrong. You know, I make sure I let people know, you know, the truth of me, because, you know, hey, stuff like this happens all the time. So, well guys, I'm gonna cut that video there short. Stay tuned for the second part. The second part is gonna be removing the head and then installing, you know, the valve back in place and all that stuff. So yeah, this video was taking too long, and I still have half of the clips that I still gotta go through. So I also wanna thank you guys, because I reached 500 subscribers, and I mean, you guys are awesome. You guys are supporting me, you know, showing me that love. And if you guys haven't done it yet, please smash that subscribe button. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell icon. Also, you know, like, comment, and then, you know, share my video, so anybody that you know, or, you know, friends, if you have any friends that are doing similar stuff, or they had to do similar stuff, just let them know about my videos. I'm all about showing other people how to do things, just because there's nothing better than doing things yourself. So I appreciate everything, appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for the next video. Until next one, peace out.